I had been writing for Human Events.
You were still working at the law firm.
Right, and I was secretly working on Paula Jones' briefs.
That's right.
So consequently, I'm working at the law firm, I'm doing pro bono work on weekends, and I have to write a weekly column for Human Events. So a lot of my columns for Human Events, and also, I happen to know that area of the law, which very few lawyers, especially on TV, apparently knew about. So I was really just explaining how the sexual harassment law worked and what the suit was and what the evidence was. And so I was writing an enormous amount about the Lewinsky case and the Klan. Also, there's a lot of humor opportunity there. A lot. So this was just beautiful.
Commercial law.
So I'd been writing, and then I think at the Monday morning meeting before it broke, I was telling them, because the first thing we talk about is what's going to be on the front page. I was telling them, I think there might be a big story this week. You might want to hold off, and I think I'm going to write about the other women that Clinton, the various Jane Does. I think that's going to be really relevant this week. And then, in fact, the story did break. They knew something was up, and then knew that I knew a lot. And a few weeks later, I just wrote a huge cover story for Human Events on the whole scandal, I guess basically the day it broke. And then I wrote a few other long pieces, and they said, you've been writing about this all this time. You basically have the Lewinsky chapter at least half written. You throw in the other Clinton scandals, and we'll have the case for impeachment. We'll do like the top 10 impeachable scandals, whether or not they're impeachable, but you write about them. And I started March 1st, and it came out. It came out at the end of August, and the big book party was September 11th, 1998. I was just writing it, and I was too busy to think about, wonder how this book will do. I was too busy writing. But when I first turned the manuscript in, they'd been complaining. They wanted a quickie book, and they weren't getting a quickie book.
Oh, quick is not your... We know this.
Right. This wasn't going to be some little slapshod, get it out quickly thing. And so they had been complaining. But I mean, it was written pretty quickly. Basically, the first draft, though, as I say, the research had basically been done, and half the book, or maybe a quarter of the book, had been written. I could lift it from other things the first draft was written in 2 months, about 2.5 months. I worked every weekend. I didn't see anyone. I worked till 4 in the morning. I did nothing else. I'd go home, go to sleep, get up, go into work, and close the door. That's when I started drinking warm Diet Cokes, because I was doing it at my law firm. And, nobody had seen me, so I tried to go to the little kitchen to get my sodas. But nobody had seen you, so everybody stops you in an office setting. So how are you doing? How's the book going? And then it takes you 20 minutes to get a Diet Coke. So I just had a big thing of Diet Cokes in my office. So I literally would go in the morning, shut the door, and except sneaking out to go to the bathroom occasionally, I had bread, peanut butter. I just kept it all in the office so I wouldn't even have to leave and could work absolutely straight through without even a 20-minute chit-chat break.